Hey MJ, I thought the easiest way to walk through equipment I would suggest is show you what I buy. Practice what you preach. First of all, especially in those summer months, you probably want some air movement. Could be a bit loud, a bit echoey in the hangar, but fans, they have the big ceiling mounted ones, which are quite expensive and hard to install, but those are a lot quieter. But a traditional fan is excellent. Air bike is a pretty decent investment. They're about $1,000. They're excellent both for regular warm-up and also high-intensity exercise. They can be quite loud, so if it is super echoey in your hangar, that might kind of suck, but I'm a big fan of them. Cardio gear in general is going to be your most expensive investment. I like ski erg because I can do it when I'm recovering from knee surgeries, which has been a lot over the past 10 years. Overall, though, my biggest recommendation for a single cardio piece of equipment would be a rower. I know you're a big fan of running. Treadmills are super expensive, super complicated, super hard to maintain. Rower is quite simple, maintenance is easy. Full body workout, legs and upper body, and space won't really be an issue in your hangar, but insofar as you want it out of the way, you can store them standing upright. Punching bag, always a lot of fun. I'm a big fan of water bags. They're just a lot easier on your hands. However, if you want to do kicks and knees, I would suggest going with traditional sand. Speaking of which, sandbags, let's throw balls. A lot of fun to toss around. You have plenty of space. I like to have a whiteboard so I can write all the workouts and everybody knows what the deal is. If it's just yourself, that may or may not be as important. I have some random balance and punching gear in the back. If you're just doing by yourself, punching bag is probably fine. Space is at a premium here in the garage, so we've got shelves to keep things organized, rolling out, step up, gloves, helmets for the bikes, neck exercise, additional rollout. Again, space is at a premium for us here. That may or may not be the case, but it's also good just to be organized, so shelves are not a bad idea. With an iPad, you can really do all the clock features. However, if you have a group, like you're working out with the boys or buddies coming over, having a general clock is not a bad investment. They're about $300, $200-300. Tunes, gotta have tunes. Especially if your hangar is echoey, a small Bluetooth speaker is more than adequate. This thing I think was like $400 and goes louder than I'm comfortable doing with the neighbors. Barbells are a bit of a trickier deal. You got to pick your size, and they kind of just sit around. If you don't have a rack, I wouldn't make barbells, honestly. Probably, I know you're not a huge weights guy. I would stick with probably the dumbbells, which we'll get to in a second. But as you get more into it and want to build it out, I would probably go with a medium size barbell, especially if you're going to do some light lifts with the boys. Like this is a 10 kg, which is 22 pound. Barbell. It's heavy enough where if you throw some weights on it, adults can get a decent workout, but it's light enough for the boys will sing around pretty soon. Unless you're really into them, I wouldn't make kettlebells probably part of your first tranche, although they are useful and compact. Unless you're really into them, they can be kind of a dust collector. Again, I would recommend the row over the bike, but if you do go bike, Concept 2, reliable, consistent monitors, not a bad way to go. I would highly suggest a bench, ideally an adjustable one. You can do lots of different upper body lifts using it. Medium-sized investment, but in my view, one of the first things to get. Also, I would suggest getting a rack with one of these built-in pull-up stations. I know the boys love to hang on the pull-up bars and stuff, so it'll be something to play with when they come visit. It also can serve to organize some of your additional weights, as well as being a lifting platform itself. Everything's adjustable, pull-ups, lifts off of it, bench, etc. A huge fan of battle rope. It's cheap. You can do it anywhere. Great cardio, good upper body, strength development. in my view, good money for a dollar. The other challenge to do in barbells is you got to get your weights to fill them out. So that can be a pretty big chunk of change. I would suggest with respect to weights, I would start with dumbbells. They have the adjustable clicky ones. I've heard mixed reviews. I'm a fan of the traditional one. I do have kind of the older spinny Kira 1960 style set. But I'm a bigger fan of the regular one. We have the rack to keep it organized. If you have plenty of space in the hangar, you don't really need a rack. They can sit on the floor, no problem. Plenty of tractor tires around out there. You can jump on them. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. You can flip them. If you can find one, plus it kind of looks cool. Add mat, don't really need. A box is not a bad idea. You can use it as an impromptu seat. You can step on it. You can jump on it. If you don't spring on the bench right away, you can even use it as a replacement for a bench while you fit out the gym. So, either they make new ones out of like a hardened plastic, but I'm a fan of the traditional wood. They're just a lot heavier to move around, but you're a strong guy. That's it. Those are the basics. One other thing that is a cheap and good investment and something also the boys can play with. Jump ropes, great cardio, something that they can do with you as well. You can get a cheap jump rope at Walmart for like $5. All right, man. Congrats on the hangar. Hope to see you soon. Later, buddy.